Guys, welcome to Jay's Divine Kitchen, and today I'm excited because I'm making my favorite meal, that is wet fried liver. This is just one of my recipe because I usually make it in different ways depending with my mood. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment below. So let's get to it. Start by frying your onions on a wider pan or a wider sufuria. I'll give you the reason as we continue cooking. Fry your onions just a little bit, enough to absorb the oil, and then add your liver onto the onions. Don't worry if the onions have not softened or even browned or anything, because as we continue frying the liver, the onions will fully cook. By the time the liver is browning, the onions will have also browned, so don't worry about that. Add your liver and stir well. Make sure you also spread your liver. This is the reason we needed a wider surface, because we want every piece to touch the pan or the sufuria. We don't want them crowded in one place because we want the liver to brown well, And please do not forget we are cooking on high heat. Reason being, we don't want moisture in our liver. Cover it and let it cook for some time, but make sure you keep checking. Remember, we are cooking on high heat, so you have to keep turning and stirring and spreading, because we want each piece to brown and to brown nicely without burning. So as you cook, as you go by, you can see my onions are cooking as well. When you're cooking on high heat, it won't even take longer time. As you can see, my onions have browned. My liver is browning so well with no water. This is why we are cooking on high heat. We don't want moisture. We don't want the liver to be soggy. Keep stirring until you're satisfied with the color. I love mine a little bit browner, but it also depends with how I'm cooking. If I'm not using tomatoes, I make sure they brown completely. Then I added garlic and ginger. Yeah, I added garlic and ginger, stirred well. At this point, I reduced heat to low because I don't want my garlic and ginger to get burnt. Then I added tomatoes. I stirred, made sure they have mixed. Remember, please note, we are cooking on low heat at this point. After mixing, I added my spices. At this point, you can add whatever you like. You can add your favorite spices. So I only added 2 spices. I added no cube, also garlic and onion and tomato cube. Also added tomato paste. It depends with the mood. Sometimes I add no spices, sometimes I go heavy on spices. So just depends. Just be a little bit creative. Cook the way you feel like cooking. So make your own rules. It's your kitchen after all. So yeah, and please don't mind, I'm not using any measurements because I'm used to measuring with my eyes. So once you do that, you mix it well to make sure the spices have been mixed into the liver. Then cover it for a few seconds for the tomatoes to soften, and then mash the potato. Just make sure you mash the tomatoes. We don't want big chunks in our liver, but if you have a hand blender, even better. You can blend your tomatoes before adding them there. Also, there are people who prefer peeling tomatoes. Even that one will make it easier. But if you're like me, you can just make sure and mash the tomato. I added hoho or green capsicum. And please note, when you're adding your capsicum, put in mind that it depends with how much you want it to be cooked. If you like your capsicum fully cooked, you can add it to when you're adding tomatoes. so that you can give it enough time to cook. But as for us, we like it when it's crunchy. Sometimes even add it at the end to make sure it's not cooked. Cover it, increase your heat to high, and let now the liquid to simmer. Added more water. Then I also added more salt. I realized it needed more salt. So you can serve it at this if you like soup, but I want it to dry a little bit longer. So stir and make sure you're cooking on high heat, please. I added coriander or dhania, and yeah, ready to serve. It's Thank you for watching and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Bye bye.